Good morning, intrepid readers. Happy Thanksgiving. It is the day before Thanksgiving right now, November 22nd, I think. And I'm doing this with people in my house, which I hate doing this, but I need to do it because I'm pretty sure I skipped last week's video altogether. And I'm just running behind. And I am doing a special. I have to do another video, a special video next week because I'm doing a cross-genre, cross-author giveaway for my friend Kelley Stone Gamble has her second book coming out, or it's out, excuse me, and so I'm going to do a giveaway of her book, and she's going to do a giveaway of my book. So that video is coming up later. Today we're talking about my blog from the weekend, which was the mystery of what to be thankful for. And that's kind of what I called it, but it really wasn't. It didn't end up totally being about that, I guess. It started out, all right, so let me explain. I had a combination of two subjects, basically, that I'm mashing together to make that blog. The first one is op-ed article from the LA Times that's written by the Dalai Lama, who is, his focus is peace and love and understanding and all of those things that I am thankful for and that I think we all are thankful for. But his article was talking about educating people in those fields. Like, he feels like scholarly education is important, but there is another element that should be a part of education, which is education of the heart, empathy, compassion, how to do those things. It's important learning process. And so the mashup then was based on this book that I just finished, which is the new Lee Child thriller series about Jack Reacher. And I just finished that book, and it's called Midnight Line. And it melded nicely with the Dalai Lama article, because Jack Reacher has a very clear ethic and heart. He does things, his reasons for doing things are purely because people need help, or to help other people, or to be there for other people, you know, and it doesn't relate, his ethic doesn't relate much to rule of law, doesn't relate to religion, doesn't relate to any of those things. He's not doing the things he does because he's trying to get to heaven, and he's not doing the things he does because he's trying to always obey the law either. And I can say I don't condone what he does, because, you know, he busts a lot of heads and kills some people all the time, but there are always bad people, like murderers and rapists and etc. And I don't know, I'm just going to get myself in trouble, I'm sure. But anyway, it's just, I love the books because he has such a clear ethic, and the books are really fun to read, and there's all this action, and he describes, it's really cool how he describes a fight scene, for example, is it's very graphically detailed, and it has many details, like, so you kind of feel like you're involved in the scene, slow motion. So it's fun in that way. I know I had a blog last year, I think, about a sniper situation where he was shooting at a bad guy, and it described, I mean, to the T, what the bullet, where the bullet went, how it spun, how it, you know, it's just, I like that detail. But then the story itself is about Jack and his ethic and his education. His heart education is very clear, and that's why I like it. So the new book is called Midnight Line, and all I need to tell you, this is the entire book, is he finds a West Point class ring in a pawn shop. And he's military, and he's West Point, and he understands that that is a treasure. Like, to get through West Point, to get into West Point's a huge deal. To get through West Point is a huge deal. And people who have to do all of those things are not going to diss their class ring, or just, like, you know, not take care of it, not treasure it. They're just not. And so he worries that something bad has befallen whoever that student is, and he doesn't know who it is, and he doesn't know what the bad thing is. And so the entire book is about him trying to find the owner of that ring, and help the owner of that ring if he can. So, and of course, there's all the cool description and all this cool fight scenes and all the great thriller stuff that is Jack Reacher. But I liked the message too, which is that he doesn't need anything to help people. It's just, that's what he does. That's just what he does. That's what is. The need to help people is what drives him. And I think that's really cool. So that's what I wrote about. And then I kind of picked up on some other things, features, segments in the news, what have you, about people who are doing that same thing, kind of just following what's right. For example, there's an article about a guy who helped a bunch of people at the Las Vegas mass shooting, because they had to all go over the fence, and it was just, it sounds like such a horrific experience. And he stole a truck so that he could pile it with injured people and drive them to the hospital. So he was, I don't think he got in any trouble for stealing the truck, and I'm sure he gave the truck back and everything. But the point was, he was looking at what's the right thing right now. It's to help other people. That needs to be front and center over trying to get money, trying to get to heaven, you name it, all of those things. I think that the whole figuring out our place in the world, in society, in terms of how we can interact with other people and help each other, that's the thing to be thankful for. Looking at people who do that all the time, in spite of all the nightmare crapola that's going on right now with world leaders who are narcissistic and horrifying, and people who are behaving badly in the press and in the media and in the Hollywood and in politics and, oh my God, everywhere. In spite of those things, there are these people over here who have that ethic of the heart. And I think I'm very thankful for that at this holiday time, which starts tomorrow with turkey and pies. And I'm very excited about all that stuff. So I'm going to sign off right now and leave you with the question, what do you think? Do you think that I'm full of baloney, or do you agree? Or, there goes or what? What do you think? I would love to hear what you think. So until next time, stay mystified.